Welcome to South on Sunday, the one and only live interactive South Sydney Rabbitohs footy show. It's the bye round this week, and we have no players selected for State of Origin. So the boys get a rest. Should be fresh for the Titans clash on Saturday up there on the Gold Coast, 3 p.m. And it's going to be a very interesting team list Tuesday. What will Ben Hornby do? Will Cody be back? Will Cody be 7 and Latrell 6? Will Jack be 6? Will Trell go to the centres? These questions will be answered on Tuesday, and I'll be live again for that. But welcome, everyone. We've got a big show here. Welcome to everyone who's live chatting. Like I said, it's interactive, so the best comments will be featured on the screen. But yeah, got some video to show you, some photos. And even though it is the bye week, there's still plenty happening in South Sydney. Happy birthday to Campbell Graham. Hope you have a good day. Big stretch. And I'll just quickly bring up the comments. So here we are. Kobe Wiggle. Hello, mate. Go the Wiggles. And he said hi. And he also said, Mitchell, my fave. There you go. Trell Met. And Casey Rugg has joined us on YouTube with a picture of her dog there. Love my bunnies, win, lose, or draw. Well, yes, we do. We certainly do. That's true. Now, just talking about the bunnies, there's been speculation that Wayne Bennett could be bringing Ewan Aitken with him from the Dolphins. And Chris Cook sent me a message that said, I do like Aitken's stats from that controversial loss to the Raiders last night. He said, great from Aitken tonight. 45 tackles, no misses, an offload, a try assist, 6 tackle breaks, 16 runs for 149 metres. He's a tough player, and we need those. So, yes, he'd be welcome, I think, in the top 30 squad if it happens, but it's only speculation. I did see the presser last night when Coach Bennett wasn't happy. He was sitting there with the GOAT, former Rabbitoh, Mark Nichols, and yeah, I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights, but it seems like it was quite controversial. There was a blocking that might not have been, but anyway, I think they had their chances, the Dolphins, and they didn't take them. I think Asako had 3 shots at field goal and couldn't nail one of them. So yes, it didn't go their way, but we shall see. Tarn's Dottie's joined us. Hello, Tarn, and she's on Facebook. Hello, Miss Dottie. How are you? And Corey Rugg has changed it up a bit. Said, who is the best South player ever been in the halves? Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. So it's very hard to compare eras. You go back to some of the great teams of the 20s and the 60s. Now, statistically wise, there's some halfbacks back then that won grand finals. So, you got to you can't compare it to them. There's been blokes like Phil Blake at halfback and Tugger at halfback, and so in the halves there's been some great players, and you've got your Adam Reynolds, Cody Walkers. So good question, but it's one you're never really going to get a good answer to. And Tani said hello. Hey, thanks for joining us. So you can live chat on Facebook and also YouTube. And Kobe Wilkes said, who is your favourite Rabbitohs player apart from me? Well, I always say Ian Roberts was the toughest bloke I ever played alongside. He was devastating when he ran the ball. He could smash him hard in defence. He was as fit as anything. He could run like the wind. He was good, and he played for Australia. Unfortunately, he ended up going to the Silvertails, the enemy over there across the harbour. But anyway, that's what happened. And Karina Haas has joined us all the way from Germany. Guten Tag to you. Not sure what time of the night it is there, but I appreciate you getting up and making the effort. And Tani said, GI all the way, and Mal Webster. Oh, there you go. So definitely GI. Mal Webster, good player too, but the great GI. Well, there you go. We're going to talk a little bit about the 2014 grand final in a little while, because I did speak to Jason Clark during the week. But yeah, who could forget the signing of GI and also Sam Burgess when they came across? They're 2 of my favourites as well. Like, it was a magic time that year. It's been 10 years since then. And Mick C's joined me on YouTube, and he said, hi, Mavo, 2 points in the bank this week. Yes, it is. A well-needed 2 points. Happy days. Are we expecting any players back next week? Well, yeah, I did make mention of Cody. I'm not sure about any of the others, but look at it this way. Against the Eels, we didn't have Cody and we won and played quite well. So even if they put all those guys back out there on the field for that, then I think that'll be okay. We will move on to some stuff that I said last week. Now, last week I talked about being in the Burrow, and I had a good time in there with the singing, the songs and all that, but I did say I was in there with the boys. And that's not exactly right, because there are a few ladies in there, Leonie, Brittany and others, that are singing loud and proud. So just have a listen to a little clip that I've got just to prove my point. So there you are. You could see Leonie there behind Josh Kemp leading the way, and Leonie's got these pom poms, and I've known her for a long time. She's a lovely lady, and she loves getting in the Burrow with the gang. And those pom poms, she said, they're actually one of a kind, the only pom poms left from the original South Sydney cheerleaders. So I think they belong in a museum or somewhere like that. And so shout out to all our friends in the Burrow. It really is fun getting in there in the middle of it. I was standing right behind Luca, the drummer, and I got a message from Jimmy Kairos, who said he knows him. And this is how close I was to the action. And here's young Luca doing his thing. So there he is. And yeah, like I said, it's it's a good experience, a lot of fun in there with that gang. Yesterday, in horrendous conditions, Sydney was underwater, and we had one win and one loss out there at Redfern Oval. The ground seemed to hold up all right. I watched the New South Wales Cup on the live stream, and there was a bit of a patch in the middle, but other than that, seemed like they got it done. Our New South Wales Cup boys won 30-8 in the first leg of the Sattler Kelly Cup, and I do have a photo of that thanks to Milo, our man. So there's the Sattler Kelly Cup. And we won 30-8, so we get plus 22 towards the second leg. And it goes on total points. So we were in a good spot there for that. South hooker Ryan Gray was one of the best on the paddock, scoring a double. And he gives great service out there from dummy half. And there's also a couple of good tries to Mailer Shanfern, and another one to Chase Chapman. So yeah, there's Shanfern going over for his second. And it's quite funny, actually, because here he is, Albie Tallarico called the game up there, and he's a good mate of mine. He's been on Bunnies TV. He's helped us out with a few calls. He's a great caller. But he just asked me for a bit of a tip sheet on some of the players. And I sent him a thing, and I said, went through all the players, but I just said, but Mailer Shanfern can score a try on the edge. And he went out and did it twice in the game. So I felt, I felt like I'd give him a good tip there. Now, after the show, after the game, and thank you to Adam Crawley and also to Coach Shane Sultana. So I couldn't get there yesterday, but I had Milo and those other boys sending me some stuff so I could keep people updated about what went on. And one of the highlights was from Coach Sultana, and he sent me the victory song. Now, it's quite funny, though, because I've noticed there's a few new players in there that might not know the words, but just sort of joined in. So I've added the words to this so you can see what they should be singing. And any of these new players that are watching this, take note. So well done to the boys. And, I got to sing that song 44 times in first grade out of my 89 appearances, and it'll never get old. I got to sing it in the under-23s grand final win that we won out there at the SCG, and it's a great song, and it just sends chills up the spine when you hear it. There's also a word in there called quorum, and I'd never heard of that before, and it's like when a meeting's declared and you've got enough people there to get a decision or whatever. That word will never, I said it that many times now, I know it off by heart, obviously, but that's, a bit of that South song. We've got some more comments here. Headknocks has joined us, and he said, hello to you, mate. And Pat Stevenson, hello, buddy. Great photographer. He sent through some good photos. He said the cup game was awesome at Redfern. Absolutely drenched, but good fun. Watching the players slide in the water was truly a sight. So, yeah, there you go. I think Chase Chapman will agree with that. I did tip Albie that Chase is a busy forward, and he scores a try and slid in, and water went everywhere. So that was good. It was a good win, but I'm going to talk about the flag in a minute, but we're not going to spend too much time on that because that was horrendous. Casey Rugg said, up the Rabbitohs, and Casey said, I got goosebumps then too. There you go. And Karina said it was a good game from the young boys. Well, yes, it was. Sensational. Now, I showed you the pick of Albie, but like I said, Milo was there at the game, and he took a few other picks, and I'll just show you them now. Here we go. So we've got young Zane Ruggless, who unfortunately I spoke to him at training during the week, has copped a hamstring injury. Jace Halley, who is out as well. He's done a minor MCL sprain, should be only a week or two. There's a few of the boys there, and there's Rowan Atkinson at the back with the red hair, and Tony Day at the back with his South jacket on, and Bridget. But there's Azza there, Aaron Macy on the left down the bottom, and he's done a hamstring as well, which is terrible luck for him. It's like he can't take a trick, young Azza. He's got back and was playing some good footy, scored a few tries, and he's out again. And there's also this dog that was there, and he was well attired. See that raincoat? To the owner of that, well done with your dog there out at Redfern. So the New South Wales Cup next week, they play the Bulldogs at 1:40 p.m. on Monday, the 10th of June at Accor Stadium in the curtain raiser to the Dogs v Eels NRL game. And that's live on Fox League on that Monday public holiday. The Jersey flag. Like I said, I was out there training and filmed a bit of the boys and the women's team. I'm going to get onto that in a minute, but 52 points to nil. They were thrashed. And, don't know what happened there. It wasn't good. But there was a young fella out there called Navrin Willett, and I took a photo of Alfie Dungay at Cogra a few weeks ago, and Navrin was sitting with him, and he said, this is Navrin. He plays with the West Tigers. And I thought, yeah, okay, I've made a note of it. And then he scored a hat trick against us yesterday. So good luck to you, mate. But back to the drawing board for the flag boys. Yeah, not good. They play next on Friday, the 7th of June, 7 p.m. at Belmore. And the Dogs are up near the top of the table, so that's going to be another hard game for our boys. The Jersey flag. Now, I'm going to move on. A lot of you would have seen this, but I went out to Pathways training. I've been meaning to go and have a look at the women's team, and thanks to Coach Jason Dorahy for giving me the access, and also to Tippy O'Connell for the flag boys. And, the women's team are coming up on the 6th of July as their first game. And there's been no coverage of them. And I went there and spoke to a few of the girls and all of that. So that was good. But while I was there, I've been meaning to get Jace Clark. And I finally caught up with him. And if you haven't seen that interview and the Jason Dorahy one, it's up on Bunny's TV. But here's just a little clip when he talks about his mate Reno.
Not that I wanted to ever bash Reno when I played him, but Adam Reynolds and I played a lot of our whole career together, from Pathways to NRL. Obviously, he's still going, which is good to see. The old legs are still moving for him, but
only just.
Yeah, he's going well.
So, and thank you to John Humphreys who posted that photo in the comments of the video on Facebook. And yeah, so they're good old mates, and it's been 10 years since that glorious grand final when, you know, Reno scored a meat pie under the posts and Jace come off the bench, and what a day it was. And here's a photo that I put up this photo of the thumbnail today, and I quite like that because that just sort of sums it up. It was South on Sunday. And look at those smiles. And we were all smiling in the crowd. I was in the crowd there that day. And yeah, Jace Clark, legend bloke. And he's working with the Pathways now. He's actually the Pathways wellbeing man. And yeah, he said that in the interview that, if you haven't seen it, he said in June, this month, they're going to try and organise a get together for all the old grand final guys. So that'd be good. Now, also, I spoke to Coach Jason Doherty, and like I said, he's a fantastic guy. He gave me great access, and he's the son of a legendary NRL player, John Doherty, also known as Joe Cool, and here's a little bit about that.
Mate, he's a legend. In my eyes, his dad, Joe Cool, John Doherty, but very proud of him, very proud of the family name and what he's done. And I'm just trying to do my best as well. And being in a great club like South is enormous. I know he's a Magpie and a team of the century Magpie, but mate, dad's dad to me.
Yeah, and I did meet Joe Cool out at the Rabbitohs Centre, and he's a real gentleman. And thank you to Jason again. Now, we have got a women's team. It's a good mix of experience and younger talent. Headlined by new signing Kiara Takairangi, who is the brother of Brad Takairangi, who, NRL legend, played for New Zealand, the Cook Islands, 178 games, played in Hull KR. But Kiara is also the daughter of Louis Takairangi, who I didn't know this. He played 3 games for the Eels back when I was playing in 1987. But I had a look. We didn't play against each other. But Kiara, have a look at her. I had her on camera, and she runs quite well. A great running action. She's played 13 NRLW games and scored 6 tries, and also played for the Cook Islands. Yep. Oh, that's an action. Is he related to Brad Tucker? So, and yes, she is. Coach Doherty told me that she is the sister of Brad Takairangi. And so welcome to the Rabbitohs. And wouldn't you like to see her getting in the clear and scoring a few tries for the Bunnies? And she came across to South with this young lady, Madison Studden, who is also a legend. And I work with her dad, Chris, and her brother, Clay. And shout out to Mum Joanne. She played 3 Origin games for the Blues and 14 NRLW games, including 1 try and 3 goals. So a couple of experienced girls that come across. It is the Harvey Norman Women's Premiership. But we are starting to build. We've got a 17s Lisa Fiola team now. And hopefully the pathways are in place to eventually get in the NRLW, because that's where we want to be. Because in my interview with Coach Jason, he said, I've asked all the girls, do you want to play NRLW? And nearly every one of them put their hand up and said yes. So that's what we want to see. We want to see us getting a team. And we want to see them start winning some games. So this year it's changed a bit. It's changed the comp. The Harvey Norman Women's Premiership is running at around the same time as the NRLW. So whereas before one was played early in the season and one was played late in the season. So what would happen is that the NRLW players would sort of all play in the Harvey Norman, and it made it a very tough comp. But this year, it looks like that only the girls that aren't selected in the top grade can play in the second grade. So that might be better for us because we don't have a top grade. So we'll just have all our players in there. There's also another girl in there called Michaela Langer, and I work with her dad, Scott, and he's really happy with her as well because she's one of the Tasha Gale girls that have come up. So there's 8 youngsters from Tasha Gale and also one from Lisa Fiola, Kiara McGregor, and they've all come up. And so we've got the best of our youngsters, a couple of experienced ones in there. And I also spoke to Josephine Majors, who is the captain of the Fiji women's team. And yeah, so I did speak to quite a few of the girls there. And so you can look forward to more coverage of that team going forward now. It gives Bunnies TV another team to cover. So we cover the first grade, we cover the New South Wales Cup, we cover the flag, and now we got the women's team. And Kiara McGregor is from the only girl that came up from the 17s, Lisa Fiola. So it is a big ask for her. She's only 16 and can't play till she's 17. But I've seen her doing the ball work out there and working out in the gym, and she didn't look out of place. She's got great ball skills and a good left foot kicking game. She kicks goals as well. And I'll just show you a little bit of young Kiara in action. Yeah, so a nice torpedo pass there. So look, remember the name. She might make her way into that side once she turns 17. So it's going to be interesting there to see what happens. I'll just check the comments. So yeah. And Karina said, it was a beautiful interview with Jason. Well, thank you, Karina. I appreciate that. And Clay Ives has joined us. Hello, mate. He said he enjoyed the interview with Jason Clark, and he's put up his 2024 Indigenous jersey there. Well done. And yeah, so it was, like I said, it was the two Jasons out at Urco Oval, and I thank you very much for their time. I was going to try and chat to a few of the girls too, but I was there for quite a long time, and the girls wanted to get home. So, but I will catch up with some of them. So look forward to some of the chats with some of our stars there. Also want to thank Dan Payne, because he put up a photo on his page of me, because I interviewed him. A lot of you would have saw that as well. And he put up a photo of me that I'd never seen before. Me and the Falcon, an old one there, in the old Smith's Crisp jersey. And thanks again to Dan Payne. You're a legend, mate. Appreciate that. I've got a new graphic there. Subscribe and follow Bunnies TV on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I've also got a website. You see it down the bottom there, bunniestv.au. Make sure you have a look at that. Just checking the comments again. We'll get rid of that. So thanks for everyone for joining me today. And Karina said she's curious to see how the women's team is headed. I wish them every success. So do I. I really hope that they start, winning some games. They didn't have a greatest year last year, and we all want to see Rabbitohs Pathways teams winning. And it is tough, but I think we've got the right people in the right places now to start bringing more success. And as an example, I had a bit of a chat to young Michaela Langer, and she said that she's learned a lot from Coach Jason since she's been there. And, so let's hope they win some games and gives us a bit to look at. Hopefully I can stream a few as well that the New South Wales Rugby League don't stream. And Nicky Bird has jumped on. He said, sorry, mate, a bit late. He's been loading cattle up there in the farm up there. And I think it's Bulahdelah, isn't it, mate? So, yeah. Nick Fletcher. Good man. And hopefully your son Thomas can get out there and start playing some New South Wales Cup, maybe a bit of first grade. Who knows? Once he gets fit, he's a big damaging ball runner, puts a shot on. Also joined by Dean Loves Stuff. And he said, go the Rabbitohs. And DLS, and that's you there in your picture there on YouTube, DLS. So thanks for joining us. I love seeing new faces in the chat, and also the channel members and all the old ones as well. We'll wrap it up in a minute, but I've just got a couple more things. We've got State of Origin coming up on Wednesday, and what a game it promises to be. We've got no Rabbitohs, like I said, but it's still going to be interesting to see what happens, because it's pretty much even money in the betting. It's out there at Accor Stadium on Wednesday night. You can go and watch it up at the juniors and get 49% off drinks. $16 pizzas for members. You buy a beer and you go in the draw to win a sweep for first try scorer. But we've had a few dramas today. Poor old the Panthers fullback, Dylan Edwards, has heard he's quiet and they've brought Teddy in. And I felt a bit sorry for Matt Burton because Matt Burton's 18th man and he's just been overlooked, but they did need a fullback and Teddy's a ready-made replacement. It's a little bit strange that they're bringing in Teddy now because he was the captain and now it's Jake Trbojevic. But, Jake Trbojevic he's got captain written all over him. He's what New South Wales is all about. He bleeds blue. He goes hard every time he goes onto the field. The other interesting one is, like I said, there was no Rabbitohs, but Trell was overlooked for Crichton and Suoli'i. I probably would have had Trell in there before one of those, but they are both hard-working centres, so we shall see. We don't know. And the other one I was going to show you too is, because it's been a busy show, is I filmed a bit of the boys, the Flag boys, and Drew Williams is a bloke they could do back with. And just have a look at Drew. He broke his leg at training. It's been about, I don't know, he said 10 weeks or 18 weeks. He's been out all year, but he can run. And have a look at young Drew, who hopefully is back next week against the Doggies. The boys are out here working hard. And that's Drew Williams. It looks like he's running freely now, so that's good. Yeah, so that is good. And, they lost, the Flag boys lost young Jack Field and Sam Taylor coming for him. But I don't know what happened there. The defence wasn't good. And Dean Lovestuff said, Cam Murray is still out. Yes, he is. There is no Cameron, and that is right. So we are, and he's out of the Blues too. So they're going to miss him. We've got no Tommy Turbo, but it's next man up mentality. Wouldn't you love to beat the Queenslanders and take a 1-0 lead? And Matty Dixon's joined us. Hello, mate. Is Jack Whiten playing at 6? Cody at 6 next week. So, yeah, that's a big question because, was Trell playing at 6? Because I said it on the last show when they asked Coach Hornby about what did he think of Latrell at 6, and he said he loved it. And I don't know. It's going to be a hard one because you got a wealth of riches there, and it's going to be a tough one to see which way they go. We really need to beat the Titans. We can't afford to go up to the Gold Coast and let the lowly Titans beat us. We have to go up there and get the win. You are watching this on our George's camera, proud supporters of Bunnies TV. You can see the sponsors there on the banner, and also SEQ IT Services. Thank you very much. I'll let you go. It's a big TLT coming up live this Tuesday in the studio. Please come on with your thoughts, interact. And Chris Cook's just joined us. Well, Chris, hello, mate. He said, been nice to a bye week for the boys and a good win for the Cup boys yesterday. Yeah. And look forward to the Titans game. Come on, boys. Well, yes, Chris, I'm not sure if you just joined us, but I did read out your thoughts on Ewan Aitken, and it'll be interesting to see if we get him. There's going to be some changes. There's no doubt about it. And so thanks for sending that info through, mate. I appreciate, keep me in the loop with stuff. I didn't watch the game, and I hadn't looked at Ewan Aitken's stats, but I know he's a tough player and he's a quality footballer. And, if we do get him, he'd be a good pickup, no doubt. And Matt Dixon said, is Cody playing next week or not? Well, that's the question we're going to have to find out on Tuesday. When I asked Coach Hornby about that, he said, yes, he thinks he is. But torn calves are a little bit dodgy, You don't know whether you're going to be right or not. We've seen players come back too early and it hasn't been good. I'll let you go. Up the mighty Rabbitohs. I'll see you later.